Hi, my name is Elizabeth Fair, and I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with children with autism and other developmental disabilities. This video is part of a collaboration between Autism Society of Alabama and the Alabama Regional Autism Network. Today, I'm going to talk about activities that you can do at home with your toddler or young child with autism to help build communication skills, social skills, and imitation skills. So the first activity that I'm going to talk about involves playing with your child through imitation. So parents often spend a lot of time directing their child's play, but it can be really helpful to imitate and follow your child's lead and play at times. Doing this, it helps create a positive social connection that can be a foundation for later skill building. Children often learn new skills by interacting with others, so by getting your child comfortable with other people joining in on their play, it can help foster future skill building. In addition, by first imitating your child's play, you can help your child then build his or her own imitation skills, which will also help with skill development. Okay, so let's say, for example, that your child is lying on the floor rolling a toy car back and forth. So something that you could do is bring another toy car over and lie in front of your child and start imitating them by also moving your car back and forth the same way that your child is doing so. You can also narrate your child's play. So as they're moving the car back and forth, you might say forwards, backwards. Or you might say vroom, vroom goes the car, or there goes the blue car. Whatever your child is doing, narrate what they're doing. And that shows interest in your child's play. It shows that you want to form a connection with them. And it can also help encourage language development. So after imitating your child's play for a little while, you can work on their imitation skills by adding a new activity and seeing if they will follow. So for example, you might roll your car a little bit like they are and then make your car fly into the air, or start rolling it on your arm or your leg and see if your child will follow your lead and imitate you and do what you're doing. If your child does imitate you or looks at you, praise them, and then you can go back to imitating them for a little while. See if you can create kind of a back and forth routine where you lead, then your child leads, you lead, etc. Another great play routine that you can do this with is with blocks. So maybe your child is sitting stacking blocks or stacking objects by themselves. So you can go over and maybe build your own block tower next to them, add on to their tower, or give them blocks or objects one at a time to help them build. You can imitate your child as they build a tower, and then you can also narrate what they're doing. So maybe you'll say, oh, here goes the green block. Now you're putting the red block on. Look how tall you're making it. Or if your child has more simple language, you can even be more simple in your language and say something like red block, blue block, up, 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 crash as the tower crashes to the floor. So just kind of narrate using whatever language you think is good for your child's language level at that time, and show interest in what they're doing. So also, if you are keeping the blocks and giving one block to a child at a time as they're building it, you could also wait for a little while before giving your child a block to encourage them to make some sort of request for the block. So maybe they'll look at you, maybe they'll make a reaching gesture, maybe they'll vocalize, whatever it is. And then when they give that sort of indication that they want another block, go ahead and give it to them. So you don't want to frustrate them, you just want to encourage them to do some sort of communication signal that they want a block. And then you can kind of build on that and say, more, here's another block, or more blocks, or something like that when you give them the toy to help encourage language development. So these types of play activities, they help build positive social relationships, encourage communication skills, and encourage imitation and reciprocal play. Now, another type of play activity that you can do involves sensory social routines. So, a lot of children with autism really love active games and games that have some sort of sensory component in them. So, maybe they love to be tickled or bounced on a couch or swung in the air. So, you can actually use those types of play routines to help build social skills and communication skills. So let's say your child loves being tickled. So you could play a tickle game with them. You might start a game that says, here comes the tickle bug. 1, 2, 3, and then tickle them. And so after a couple of times of leading that on your own, you can turn it into a turn-taking game and get them involved. So you might say, here comes the tickle bug. 1, and then wait and pause and see if your child shows some sort of engagement, maybe making eye contact with you or approaching you. You want to build up the anticipation and encourage your child to acknowledge you in the game. And then when they do that, then you can say 2 and then wait again for their anticipation and their response, and then 3 and tickle them. So this game is really great because it fosters communication and encourages your child to be an active participant in the game and acknowledge you. You could also add funny voices and sounds to the game, whatever your child likes. After a couple of routines of this, you can wait for your child to request the routine again, maybe making eye contact with you or pulling your hands or coming up to you. When they do, you can help build language again by saying something like, more tickles? Okay, more, and then start engaging in the routine again. So you can use this routine with anything your child likes, maybe swinging in the air. So you could say 1, 2, 3, swing, and then swing them, or bounce them on a couch, whatever your child enjoys doing. So encouraging your child to be an active participant in a play routine like this can help them develop skills that they can later use playing with peers or interacting with other individuals. So these are just 2 simple types of games that you can play with your child at home to build communication and social skills. You can have fun with your child in a positive play environment and also build some skills while you're at it. So thanks so much for watching and have a great day.